Do you wake up every morning stressed about money? Are you working harder than ever, but still stuck in the cycle of debt? Maybe you've tried to budget, tried to save, but it feels like there's always another bill, another emergency. If this sounds like you, you're not alone. Today, we're going to take you through the inspiring story of Sarah, a single mother who thought she had everything figured out until life hit her with one financial blow after another. But through sheer determination and Dave Ramsey's total money makeover, she transformed her life and her finances completely. This story could be yours too. Sarah, a 38-year-old single mother of two, thought she was doing everything right. She had a stable job, a home for her kids, and lived within her means at least. That's what she believed. But like many of us, Sarah found herself overwhelmed by credit card debt, a mortgage that was bleeding her dry, and zero savings for emergencies. She was barely treading water. Every month, it seemed like something new would come up: a broken down car, a medical bill, or the kids needing school supplies. The stress was constant, and Sarah felt like there was no way out. One day, after yet another emergency expense left her bank account drained, she reached her breaking point. Sarah knew she had to take control of her finances or risk losing everything. That's when she discovered Dave Ramsey's total money makeover and decided to give it her all. Can you relate to Sarah's story? Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, the money just keeps slipping through your fingers? Share your experiences in the comments below. Step 1. Acknowledgement and taking full responsibility. The first thing Sarah learned was the importance of acknowledging the problem. Before she could even begin to fix her finances, she had to face the reality of her situation. This meant being brutally honest with herself. She took a hard look at her spending, tracked every dollar, and created a budget for the first time in years. The truth? She was overspending by a lot. But Sarah also learned something life-changing: 100% responsibility. No more blaming the economy, the cost of living, or emergencies. She accepted that her financial situation was a result of her own choices, and she had the power to change it. Here's the hard truth: you can't fix what you don't acknowledge. If you're serious about getting your finances under control, you need to take ownership right now. It's tough, but it's the first step towards freedom. Start by tracking every single dollar you spend for the next 30 days. Write it down, keep receipts, and be honest with yourself. Only when you know where your money is going can you start directing it where it should go. Step 2. Build a mini emergency fund. Sarah's first real actionable step was to save $1,000 for emergencies. It wasn't easy; her paycheck barely covered her bills. But with discipline, she cut back on dining out, skipped that summer vacation, and focused on saving. Within 2 months, she had built up her emergency fund. For the first time, she felt a sense of control over her money. What small sacrifice could you make to build your emergency fund? Maybe skip that daily coffee or delay a purchase? Let me know in the comments. Step 3. Pay off all debt, except the house. Next came the hard part: Sarah's debt. She had over $15,000 in credit card debt, personal loans, and a car payment. The thought of paying it all off seemed impossible. But using Dave Ramsey's debt snowball method, Sarah started by paying off the smallest debt, first her $500 store credit card. Once that was gone, she rolled that payment into the next smallest debt. As each debt disappeared, her confidence grew. Every time she paid off a bill, it felt like a victory. In just over a year, Sarah had paid off all of her consumer debt. The relief was immense: no more monthly payments draining her income. Debt is not just a financial burden, it's a trap that keeps you from living the life you deserve. The only way out is to face it head on. Start small, but start now. Which debt will you tackle first? Drop it in the comments, and let's cheer each other on. Step 4. Build a full emergency fund. Now that the debt was gone, Sarah focused on building a real safety net: 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. At first, this felt overwhelming. How could she save that much? But with her debts paid off, she suddenly had extra income. Every month, she put money into her emergency fund, and within a year, she had saved enough to cover 6 months' worth of expenses. This fund gave Sarah something she hadn't felt in years: peace of mind. She knew that if something went wrong, if the car broke down or she lost her job, she wouldn't have to panic. Set a goal to save 1 month's worth of expenses within the next 90 days. Break it down into smaller weekly goals. You'll be amazed at how quickly it adds up. Step 5. Invest for retirement with a full emergency fund in place. Sarah turned her attention to the future retirement. She had neglected her retirement savings for years, but now it was time to catch up. Sarah started by investing 15% of her income into her 401k and a Roth IRA. At first, it seemed like a lot of money to set aside, but she knew that the earlier she started, the better. Watching her retirement account grow each month gave Sarah a new sense of security. She knew she was setting herself up for a comfortable future, free from financial worry. Retirement isn't a luxury, it's your right. Don't wait until it's too late to start saving. Your future self will thank you. Step 6. Save for college. Sarah also wanted to give her kids the gift of a college education without saddling them with student loans. She set up education savings accounts, SAs, for each of her children and began contributing to them monthly. Even though she couldn't save the full cost of tuition, she knew that every little bit would help. Imagine giving your kids the freedom to pursue their dreams without the weight of student debt. What could be more rewarding than that? Step 7. Pay off your home early. Sarah had one final goal: pay off her home early. Most people think paying off a mortgage early is impossible, but Sarah was determined. She started making extra payments whenever she could, using bonuses, tax refunds, and even side income from a part-time job. Over the next several years, she watched her mortgage balance shrink. Finally, the day came when Sarah made her last mortgage payment. She held the deed to her home, free and clear. The house wasn't just a place to live, it was hers. Start small. Consider making one extra mortgage payment per year or refinance to a shorter term. Every little bit helps. Step 8. Build wealth and give with her debts behind her and her future secured. Sarah could focus on building real wealth. She continued to invest, but now she had the freedom to give. Whether it was donating to her favorite charities, supporting her local community, or helping friends in need, Sarah discovered that true wealth wasn't just about money, it was about living a life of purpose. Wealth is not just about accumulating money, it's about using that money to make the world a better place. True wealth is measured by the impacts you leave behind. How Sarah's story can be yours. Sarah's journey is proof that no matter where you start, financial freedom is possible. She went from feeling hopeless and drowning in debt to living a life of peace and security. The best part, you can do the same. It starts with small, consistent steps. What's the first step you'll take today to start your financial transformation? Let's support each other. Share your goals in the comments. If Sarah's story has inspired you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I've worked hard to bring you this valuable information, so please support the channel by subscribing and sharing your thoughts below. Let's build a community of people on the path to financial freedom together. Remember, your financial future is in your hands. The journey won't be easy, but every step you take brings you closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Don't wait for the right time. The right time is now. Start today and watch how quickly your life can change.